Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Aspiring Entrepreneur. I'm your host, Hamza Chowdhury, and today I'd like to talk to you about the Tesla stock. Now, a lot of people have been talking about it. As you can see, the stock has been trading quite a lot of volume. Looks like we have pretty much on a daily basis over 100 million shares traded. And recently, everyone was really excited because the stock did a split, which brought it down from its outrageous price of over $2,000 a share down to something a little more reasonable. And the first day that it traded its new stock price, it actually went up a lot. So it was here that the stock went up a lot, and it actually got a lot of people stuck because what I realized was if you look here at the Bollinger Band, which is a technical indicator that I use, and we've talked about how when it channels, when the upper and the lower line channel, that there's some consolidation. And if you look here, the Tesla stock just in August, right? Let's like a month ago, was actually $300. So all of a sudden, as the stock announced a split and we're getting closer and closer to split, you can see this upper band of the Bollinger Band, the stock was more or less trading within the band, and it was really on the upper band. And I remember right after the split happened, it was this day where the stock went up incredibly a lot, and this next day I kind of was like, should anybody be getting involved with the stock for a long position, hoping that it's going to go up? I mean, we've been completely bullish for the stock for quite a while, and it seems like it's extremely exhausted. So, right, we have the split. We've now completed the split. So all of a sudden, you get up to the top here, and guess what Tesla announces, right? They announced they were going to do the $5 billion. They were going to release some shares at some point, and it was going to be about $5 billion worth of an offering, and the stock starts to tank. So best thing that a company does is when their stock goes up, 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 they realize, hey, the stock is overvalued. It's a great time to announce it. It would have been nice if they would have announced during the split that they were going to do something like that, but they didn't, and instead they announced it right when the stock was right around 540, 508. And so it was right up here that the stock started to tank. So anytime you have an offering, it usually starts to tank. And I remember I was actually trading it probably in the low fives, and I was kind of realizing when I looked at the chart, like, what are we doing up here? You know, if you're all the way up here in the 500 range, and less than a month ago you were at 300 range, this stock's way, way overextended. And what we started to see was a massive sell-off. Okay, so it wasn't a one-day sell-off; it was actually a one, two, three, four, and it almost looked like it took about 5 days to get to the bottom. Now, I called the bottom in the 320s. That was my sort of go heavy range, mainly because we had our 50-day moving average support, and also, anything closer to the lower band would, indicate something that's probably oversold. But we're going from 500 down to three in the low threes. We're almost a 40% drop in a matter of a few days. So a lot of people who were just either buying the stock or in the stock at this price lost a good 40% within a week. So a lot of selling pressure, a lot of downward pressure, and that's what caused the stock to tank because now people were essentially cashing out of their positions, rightfully so. I mean, the stock has had an incredible move this year. So as it sort of came down and bounced, this was my all-in zone. And if you were really frugal and you waited after hours on Tuesday, you actually saw the stock go down as low. I believe it was 308 in after hours. So even though 320 was my sort of go heavy range, it actually got down to 308, and now we sort of have this bounce back, right? So it's been oversold, it's bounced back. The nice thing to sort of end the week is that it's actually consolidating in a tighter range. So we see that the 360 range with a higher bound of this moving average, the 20-day moving average here, closer to right under $400. So we're now not sort of necessarily moving downwards, but we're starting a consolidation. And we all know Battery Day coming up September 22nd in 10 days. That definitely can help give the stock a boost. And of course, we all know long term, I'm definitely bullish on the stock. I think it's going to definitely fully recover, but I still feel like we're going to test some of these lows and possibly get down here where we have a lot more consolidation in the 300 range. Definitely, if you're someone looking to go long in Tesla, you can always start a smaller position up here in the mid threes, and then you can add to your position in the low threes. And once we get down here and we see at least a couple days, kind of like what we see here, see a few days where it's consolidating, then definitely we'll rebound our way back up. But there's guarantee you a lot of people in this 500 range who are just hoping and praying for this thing to come back. We all know the market's been overextended. It's made a full rebound from the March lows. So I expect the stock to sell off some more before we see a full rebound. and wait for confirmation. And when I say confirmation, like I said, wait for a few days of consolidation, at least 2 or 3. Go ahead and get into your positions and go in for the long. Past 500, we should see this thing going back towards 1,000 again. A lot of exciting things, a lot of diversification for the company, and they're not just bottlenecked into one concept, just making cars. Elon's done a lot of wonderful things, and I think this company has a lot of good things going for it. Has a lot of people who love the stock, enjoy the stock, believe in what the company's doing. So it has a huge fan base, which is great for any stock. So I expect it to rebound. Like I said, it's consolidating here. We may see a little boost, but my heavy range is down here in the low 320s and the 300s. And then when we do see another market sell-off, I do expect it to get in the 300s before it bounces back, and we'll start going back north. Okay, so simply a sell-off correction. But like I said, if you were trying to get in it and around the 500 range, you probably got stuck with a massive sell-off. Good bounce back off the 50, and now we're getting a little bounce here in consolidation. Okay. All right, guys. Well, good luck with trading, and if you have any questions or comments, add them below. I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you.